So, good morning, class. It's unfortunate we can't or we couldn't meet today because I had to attend a meeting, but I hope this recording will serve its purpose. I'm reliably informed that we ended the last lecture at the age structure of the various populations. We looked at Europe and we looked at UK, US, and then we looked at the various generational groups that we have in the US. We have the baby boomers, the Generation X, Generation Y. We looked at all of them and their demands for goods and services. This morning, we want to look at households and families still under demographics. Still under demographics. So, households and families and how they have changed tremendously and have become attractive to marketers. Households and families. So now we have various households. We have the single, we have the married, we have the married with children, we have the married without children, we have married whose children have left the house. We call it empty nest. We have those who are widowed, we have those who are divorced, we have those who are separated. So you can see that we have various households, and these households have needs and wants. They also have their needs and wants. So if you're a single person, you are looking for a house, you're not looking for too big a house. You're just looking for one room with kitchen, toilet, bathroom, and maybe a porch, and you are good to go. You go and buy a single bed, a single mattress, and that's it. You are good to go. So if you are a married person too, realize that you want a fridge that can take care of two people, or a fridge that you can cook and store. So the needs are different based on the various households. In Ghana, what do we see? We see single parents, their needs are different. We see separated, their needs are different. We see married, their needs are different. And so that is the family and the various households. In the US today, statistics show that married couples with children form 20% of the population. Married couples without children form 29% of the population. Single parents form 17% of the population. Those who are cohabiting, those who are lesbians, gay, form 34% of the population. Those who are cohabiting, they are lesbians, they are gays, they are marrying late, they form 34% of the population. So you see that the married couples with children, the percentage is dwindling. Married couples without children is rather going up. It tells you that most people are not having children. Most people are not having children. And most people are also getting separated. So the single parent percentage is quite high. Those who are cohabiting, you are not married, but you are moved into a man's house. You don't even have a suitcase. You take your rubber bag and then you go and stay with a man. You are cohabiting. Today you take your towel. The next day you take your sponge. The next day you take your what uh, your suitcase. You don't even have a suitcase. You take your check bag, and then before you realize you have moved into a room with a man. That is known as what cohabiting. And so that is the percentage that we have in the US. Each group has its own distinctive needs, and marketers provide goods and services to satisfy those needs at a profit. So, what do we see in Ghana? What do we see in Ghana? In Ghana, birth rates are rather increasing. They are not declining, they are rather increasing. We see more people giving birth. We see a very youthful population, and people are giving birth. So that is one aspect of household. Another aspect of household is that they are changing with regards to employment and income levels. Why are households changing? Because we have what we call the dual income earner household. Dual income earner household. It means that the man is working the woman is working. Dual income earner household. The man is working, the woman is working. In UK, half of the couples with children are dual income earners. So there's a high level of disposable income. It means that in UK, married couples are dual income earners. The man is working, the woman is working. It brings about a lot of disposable income, a lot of money available. So the children have a certain spending pattern. In the US, the number of working women has greatly increased from 77% to about 90% in the year 2010. Tells you the rate of increase. The women are greatly working and they have greatly increased. This has resulted in a number of demands for goods and services. So, um, because women are working, there's a demand for nannies, house helps, drivers, uh, whatever services. After school. We have after school. So you go to school, and then after school, you go to another school just to keep you because mommy is not at home, daddy is not at home. And so it has brought about a lot of demand for goods and services. So then we have the yummies. The marketers have classified women into various categories, and one of them is the yummies. The yummies are the young, upward mobile mummies. Young, upward mobile mummies. So they also have a certain lifestyle, and they demand certain products and services. Then we have the UPs. The UPs are the young urban professionals. Young urban professionals. So they also have a certain kind of lifestyle and they also demand some goods and services. Then we have the dual income earners with kids. We call them dinkies. The dual income earners with kids. They call them dinkies. Then we have the dual income earners without kids. Sorry, the dual income earners with kids, we call them dinkies. The dual income earners without kids, we call them dewks, as in DEWKS. And then we have the slopies, that is the slightly older urban professionals. Slightly older urban professionals. Now let's look at the cultural practices. We said sociocultural, so it means that it is two-faced. We have the social and we have the cultural. It's made up of complex mixture of beliefs, values, customs, habits, laws, and behavioral patterns that are converted from one generation to the other, or that are converted from parents and other institutions or other members of the society and passed on from one generation to the other. So, in short, we say that culture is a way of life. Now, what are your cultural practices? What are your beliefs and values? And how do they affect your choices in preference of goods and services, in preference of products, in preference of brands? What beliefs do you have, and why do you choose the things you choose to buy? Because of your beliefs. And so this brings us to discussion. What are the things you buy? Where do you buy them? And how do you buy them? And what are your choices based on your cultural background? What are the choices? What are the choices you make? So if you're an Akan, I know you have a lot of black and red in your wardrobe. Why? Because they believe that that is the way they must mourn the dead. But it's totally contrary to the Gans, who believe that death is transition to victory, and therefore they must celebrate you. They must celebrate you. And for them, white stands for victory. So they will wear white. They believe in white. They use white for everything. It's a cultural thing. It's these days that white has become a fashion and is trending. But for the Gans, it's normal to wear white when you give birth to wear white for outdoorings, to wear white for naming ceremonies, to wear white for parties, to wear white for engagements, funerals, homo war, and name it. It is deeply rooted in their culture, their choices. Even look at the food the Ghans eat: kinky, banku, okro. Why? Because they believe that they are hooting at hunger. And how do they hoot at hunger? By planting maize and celebrating with people. And so that is a deep-seated cultural belief. Now let's look at technology. How do we see the technological environment, and how does it influence our marketing behavior? We believe that technology is the most dramatic force that has shaped the destiny of men. It has shaped the destiny of men by creating new products and new marketing opportunities. Creating new products and new marketing opportunities. So technology has released a lot of wonders which has created new marketing opportunities, such as antibiotics, laptops, internet, etc. It has also released a lot of horrors. Technology has released a lot of horrors, such as missiles, chemical weapons, bombs, x-ray, and even this coronavirus. People think that it was manufactured. That is technology for you. And see how it's gone viral. It's gone beyond control. That is technology for you. Technology has brought so much wonders. Now we sit in the comfort of our home and we can chat with somebody in the remotest part of the world. We sit in the comfort of our homes and um, we can, just by the press of a button, change channels from one TV station to the other. So think about all the technological products that we have, all the technological products that have taken over from the past 10 years. All the products that have taken over from the past 10 years. So we have Apotoyua. Now we use blenders. We used to have the cooler. Now we use fridges. We used to have pay phones. Now we have mobile phones. So we need to, as marketers, we need to understand the change and the trend and come out with new products and services to satisfy our needs and wants. So these are the four factors that have shaped our marketing environment: the political, the economical, the sociocultural, and technology. So how do companies respond to these environments? They respond in three ways. Some companies are very active. They make things happen, and we say they are action oriented. There are companies that make things happen. They bring about the innovation. So they realize that, oh, iPhone, iPhone what? Uh, iPhone 8. And all of a sudden, before you realize, they bring iPhone what? Pro Max. They, before you even get used to it, they add another feature. Now I hear the iPhone does not even have chargers. Can you imagine? Where are we getting to? And I hear iPhone, you have to pay for your music. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where are we? When I can easily download on my Samsung or my Huawei or my what other phone, I want to be classy, so I go for iPhone, and every little thing I pay. Oh, sometimes I tell my daughter, take a nice picture of me, and she'll take it. I say, oh, send it to me. She said, I can't send it because I'm using an iPhone. I said, hey, throw that phone away. Throw that phone away. So yes, we want to be sophisticated, but it comes with its own cost. So there are three kinds. There are companies who make things happen. They are action oriented. They are always proactive. They make things happen. There are those who watch things happen. They don't care. They are sitting there. iPhone Max Pro Max. So what? As for us, we'll sell our Samsung like that. Before you realize you have been overtaken from the market. And we call them passive. We say that they are passive oriented. Then there are those who wonder what is happening. Hey, what is happening? The whole world is changing. What is happening? You don't even know what is happening. Can you believe that up till now, people still think that the coronavirus thing is a scam? Sometimes listen to the news and watch how people think. They say, "Oh, as for us, we live by the sea, and the sea breeze is strong enough to kill the virus." Oh my God, how ignorant can we act? I know somebody who said that, oh, when I was talking about the coronavirus and observing the protocols, he said, oh, as for me, it can never happen to me. Look at the market women. See how they get congested in the market. But you know that science has proven that the coronavirus cannot survive under the sun. So you may see them sitting there like that, but they are protected. So this guy argued and argued and argued. Recently, I called him 3 times, 4 times. He wasn't picking. So I said, what's up with him? Then when I called him, he couldn't even talk. He has been hit by the coronavirus. Now nobody tells him to wear the mask. Why should you learn the hard way? Why should you go through that? So these are the 3 ways by which companies respond. Either they make things happen, either they are action oriented, either they are passive oriented, and the last one is whether they are indifferent. So this is how the marketing environment is affected by uh, uh, micro environment and macro environment. So I think this is a very short lecture. I don't want us to start anything new. Next week we are having uh, presentations, and I said that all of you should be well dressed and come fully armed to talk about your presentation. So on that note, I wish you well, and we will meet next week. Bye for now.